What happens on March 23rd? Since Savannah's founding, people have reported hearing mysterious noises as they were walking along the main square. Each year, on March 23rd, one young brown-haired, blue-eyed woman is found dead in the trees surrounding the square. On March 23, 1916, a young woman who fits this description, named Eleanor, was found dead, leaving behind a husband and a young child. 10 years later, her daughter Lily was asked to deliver food and money to her uncle across town. As she gathers the supplies, her father reminds her of the day.
Lil, it's March 23rd. Take a long way. Don't go through town.
Her father Robert reminds her. As she leaves the house, she stops and turns around.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Dad.
Like her mother, making Robert hyper-aware of Lily's movements on this date. 5 minutes into her journey, she begins to hear a voice in her head telling her to go through Savannah's main square. Without thinking, she resumes her journey, walking towards the main square. "Hey," her friend Jake says to her. He notices that she will not respond to any of his greetings. A few minutes later, she passes her neighbor on the outer edge of the square, and she notices that Lily will not respond to her questions about Robert's business affairs. Walking through the square, she notices an older man with a large facial scar appear next to her.
Priscilla, you should not be here. It is too dangerous.
The man says. Lily continues walking, confused as to why this man was calling her Priscilla. As she exits the square, she notices that he wouldn't leave her alone. Suddenly, she sees her classmate Joseph and calls him over.
Joseph, come here.
What's wrong, Lily? You seem stressed.
Yeah, this man has been following me for about 5 minutes.
What do you see? There's nobody here except you and me. Priscilla, why are you not listening to me? I've missed you.
The man says to her, reaching for her hand. Lily stops to take in her surroundings. She notices that he has led her astray. She realizes that he led her onto a dark path with large moss trees that completely enclose them in the path. As Lily begins to walk further away from the mystery man, she hears a loud thunder crack near her. At that, she breaks into a run, attempting to evade him. As she begins to further distance herself from him, he appears in front of her.
Go away. All I'm trying to do is get food and money to my ill uncle.
Oh, okay. Where do you need to go?
My uncle's house. He lives just off the main square. Where are we?
We are 20 minutes away from the main square.
How did I get here?
He ignores her question and tells her that she must deliver the supplies to her uncle. They begin walking together until they reach a fork in the road. The man knows the path will get Lily to her uncle's house in less time. But he tells her the long way so that he can plan his next move.
Are you sure that this path will get me there in less time? My father has never taken me to my uncle's house.
I walk around these woods all the time. Trust me, this path is full of wonders and beautiful creatures.
As they part ways, she realizes that the sky above her has darkened, as if it was nighttime already. Fully taking in her surroundings, Lily feels the howling wind leave goosebumps all over her body. Yet that was not the strangest thing that occurred. As she walks further down the path, she sees a wolf eating the flesh and bones of a deer. As if on cue, the wolf looks up and looks directly at her. As he looks at her, she breaks into a run towards the other end of the path. Once she begins to see light, the wolf pounces in front of her and foils her escape plans. Within seconds, the wolf has her pinned to the ground. The wolf begins clawing at her, creating long open wounds from her chest to her legs. Just as the wolf lifts his claws to tear away the skin protecting her heart, the mystery man appears in front of her.
Don't do it. She needs to be with her family at this time.
He says as the wolf whimpers as he walks over to the mystery man. He offers Lily his hand, and she hesitantly takes it.
It's okay. You can trust me.
Can I? He led me astray down this path. Why?
Priscilla, I'm just trying to do what is best for you. I love you. There's a man killing women who look like you.
My name is not Priscilla. My name is Lily. I do not know you.
Her uncle's house is a 200-year-old two-story house that was built when her father's family first arrived in Savannah, Georgia. This house has housed 5 generations of Lily's family, yet she may be the last one to inherit the house, as she is the only child of any member of her extended family. The house is made out of white painted wood and features a wraparound porch that circles the entire house. Yet the house is falling apart. Termites are eating away at the grand columns that once stood by the front door. On the left side of the house, portions of the upstairs are left exposed because numerous wood planks have fallen off the house and the family is too poor to fix it. The family used to be successful in growing cotton, yet after the boll weevils destroyed most of Georgia's cotton plants in the early 1920s, the family has had little success since then.
Lily, I am so glad to see you.
I've missed you so much. Is he still behind me? Who? There is nobody out here except for you and me. Okay, good. There was a man following me while I was walking here. Oh well, he is gone now. Come in and get some sweet tea. As I was walking here, I got distracted and a wolf attacked me.
Lily says as she notices that the termite population has doubled and wood is missing from the floorboards of the porch in the front of the house.
Why did you not walk through the main square? It's March 23rd. I was scared for my safety. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I completely forgot what today was. Come in. We will make some hot tea and cook the food you have brought for us. Nonsense. The food is for you and Uncle Bill. Y'all have had a tough time after the farm shut down. This is the least my dad and I can do for you.
Lily says politely, excusing herself from the sitting room. As she closes the front door, the wolf from the path appears in the front yard. Attempting to evade the wolf, Lily stops short of the stairs and goes around the porch to the back. Unknowingly, the wolf walked around the other side of the house and is looking directly at her as she comes around the corner. Oh no, he is right there. She thinks to herself as he starts creeping towards her. She gives up trying to evade him and walks slowly down the back steps. Once she steps off the back side of the porch, the wolf jumps on her, making her fall flat on her face. Once she falls, the wolf begins to chew and claw at her face. After her face is attacked by the wolf, he begins to chew away at the top of her head. She hears the man's voice once again.
You should have listened to me, Priscilla. And now, you are going to pay.
The man says with venom in his voice. As the wolf chews Lily's scalp, she begins to feel faint, her eyes closing for the last time. As she takes her last breath, the house collapses behind her. Too late to save her, Bill and Ruth's neighbor shoots the wolf with a crossbow after he starts walking away from Lily's decomposing body.